Welcome everyone to this webinar. We are here along with Mr. Jai, who is a pass out of GCG Gandhinagar and currently working for around 4 years in biomedical service department, sales and service department, and he has been profoundly been academically well throughout his education. So I welcome you, Mr. Jai, for this webinar.
Welcome, Rahil bhai.
Thank you.
Good
So,
morning.
Jay, to start with for this webinar, I would like to uh, highlight to the students that how would you define yourself as a self introduction to this webinar? A brief self introduction of yourself to the students, Jay.
Good morning, all. Actually, my name is Zainan Dashna, and I completed BE Biomedical from GEC Gandhinagar, especially after the 12th science, physics, chemistry, and maths.
Perfect, perfect. Okay, good to hear. So he's one among us, and he's a biomedical engineer as a graduate, and he has been following the same field after his graduation. So there are many who change their career, change their fields after graduation, but we are fortunate that Mr. Jai, who is also currently also working in biomedical field only. So Mr. Jai, to start with the session for today, uh, tell us about your educational details, like where you did your schooling and how your graduation, where you did your graduation and further studies.
Yes.
Mr. Jai.
Uh, Actually, I started uh, uh, my 11th and 11th 12th science from the Krishna Science School, Rajkot. Then after I choose the biomedical field. The reason behind the choose the biomedical field is there is the only field which I noticed I noticed that field is more growing compared to the other field. And uh, at that time, whenever I joined the biomedical field, at that time the awareness is very less in biomedical field. But I did the research. I search on net and use the YouTube and other media to find out the details about the course and which kind of the job opportunity in futures. Then after I select the biomedical field.
Perfect, perfect. So it's very good to hear that you have intentionally selected biomedical to grow with, and it's your choice to be a biomedical engineer. It's an intentional choice. So I think that is very good to hear, Mr. Jai. So, going forward, is there any post graduation you have done in your education curriculum?
Actually, I completed BE biomedical. Then after I have the interest in computer field also. So I try to combine the biomedical with computer field. So I formally try to combine the advanced device relevant research. So I complete the post graduation diploma in artificial intelligence and machine learning field from the MIT University.
Amazing, amazing. Very good to hear.
After the B biomedical, I completed the post graduation diploma in artificial intelligence because of my interest. Actually, nowadays many people are following the AI course relevant articles, but my suggestion is that if you have the interest in particular field, then go through that field also. Means there is the design field and other many fields also. So after the BE, you have to choose the where is the my positive point,
Right,
which is my key skill. Then after choose your future courses.
right.
Not on trend, not on trend. Which courses is currently in trend. No, not need to go through that course.
Agree. Yes, yes, Mr. Jay, it is 100% agreeable that follow what what you would like and what it attracts you and what where your focus is. It is really good that you have completed PGDM in artificial intelligence and machine learning after your after completing your biomedical engineering. So these are two not two like perfectly related courses, but because of your interest, you went ahead and completed PGDM in AI and machine learning. So I think that is very well like appreciated, Mr. Jai. Congratulations on completing both of them. Going forward on today's webinar, can you highlight any researches that you have done in your education or post your education, that any researches which have helped you to shape your career?
Yes. In my B course, means after the graduation, in the my final sem, I have done the project on uh, EOG based human computer interfacing system. There is the electrooculography, eye movement signal based human computer interfacing system. So basically, my interest is the human machine interfacing system. So particularly, I try to catch up the signals from the human body relevant signals. Then after I analysis the signal, then try to interface with the either computer relevant software or the machine, like wheelchair control. Then after robotic eye control. So in the my last sem, I have done the EOG based human computer interfacing system uh, that useful the disabled person. So basically that eye movement based keypad interfacing system. So you can interface, you can type anything on your computer screen without the any medium, or if you are disabled, then also you can type the any message.
Amazing,
So
amazing.
uh, uh, signal processing base. Then after you have the many things need to learn for the complete the project. So basically I complete the project uh, from the many software, and then uh, many interfacing needed I have to learn during my course.
I think
After I complete uh, my last sem project of the post graduation diploma is the data analysis of tuberculosis, TB data analysis, world TB data analysis project I done in my post graduation diploma.
amazing.
So the post graduation diploma, I collect the data from the WHO web server. Then after I plot the data and analysis the data of the TB cases of the last few decades, and which country are the most relevant suit to uh, overcome the TB, and many information I extract from the data.
Amazing. It's very impressive to see the researches that you have done for basically for two things. One is for interfacing across different mediums, and second is for the data analysis. Both of them are very in huge demand, and it's very appreciable that you have selected this as your research topic, and you have successfully completed that. So we really appreciate Jai for completing those two researches during your graduation and post graduation. So, sure. So our next discussion will be on, is there any linkage with your education to your current role, or post your education is over, when you went to job market, is there any linkage what you learned during your graduation or post graduation, and what happened, how it helped you in your career going forward? Would you like to
Yes,
highlight the same, Mr. Jain? Yes.
yes. There is many links between the bachelor education and the current job role. Actually, bachelor education is very important. They give the main the ideas. They help to troubleshoot your. They increase your troubleshoot skill. If you have the learn proper bachelor degree,
Right.
then your skill will more grow up. Then you can help to troubleshoot your skill to apply that skill on the current basis applications. Like the you have the currently I am doing the job in the service engineer field. So the many times that you need to operate the how to use the multimeter, how to check the supplies, then the board, many more details tools need to use
Yeah.
for the service relevant things.
Right.
So that will comes from the your bachelor degree, and that you learn from the college labs. You learn from the labs, then after you uh, sometimes you learn from the books. Then your own interest that will help to your improve your current skills.
Perfect. Perfect.
Main the you have to focus on your bachelor degree is very important for the future skill improvement.
Right. So you are suggesting that troubleshooting is one of the key skills that you learned during your graduation, which is currently helping you in your job as well, right?
Yes, that troubleshooting skill, and then after the many skills, yeah, you have to need it. Like you have to uh, self learning is the very important thing
Right.
to improve your knowledge. So basically, the technology is day to day updated. So you have to also need to update day to day relevant uh, technologies.
Right. Right. So
You have
troubleshooting and
that.
self-learning.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Go ahead. Just
Self learning is very important. If you don't know the how to operate the machine, that is the not problem. If you have the self learning skill, then you can find out the ways relevant the problems.
right. Agree with you. Yeah. In the So, just to summarize, those three skills which you personally feel which has helped you in your job, which you learned during your college days, is one is troubleshooting, second is self learning, and third is the operational maintaining managing the devices at the operation level. I think those three skills is currently
Yes,
helping you in your career. Correct?
yes, it's very important
Right.
things.
Right. Right. So, Mr. Jay, would you like to highlight how your career journey took place, considering milestones? Which was your first job, your second job, and after your graduation, how you come reached up to this place where you are currently?
Yes, actually, I campus place from the GEC Gandhinagar. My first job is Synergy Healthcare at the Ahmedabad. Uh, uh, at the time, my role is the sales and service engineer. So basically, my responsibility is the dealing with the critical care equipments. So I sell the critical care equipments in the Kutch and Saurashtra territory. Then after I take the follow-ups of the payment relevant things. Then um, follow up doctors of different doctors follow up. So first my job is Synergy Healthcare. Then after I start my second journey to Adani Hospital Bhuj. So in the Adani Hospital is the 750 bed hospital with the medical college. So in the medical college there is the more than 5 to 6 labs, and hospital have the more than the thousands equipments. So in the hospital, I have to manage all the equipments. Then after, I also manage the laboratory equipments also. So uh, Adani helped me uh, improve my skills also. In between during my college time, I have the training. I have done the training from the SIMS hospital also, and also second training done in the Somatic Private Limited. Currently, name change with Medinova Private
Mm.
Limited.
Mm.
So during the Somatic training, we have to learn uh, very important skills like how to analysis the equipments, like how to you identify the problems. You have the basic knowledge of the signal, means you have the already have the knowledge about the how the sensors work,
Right.
how their reaction comes. You already know, but during the Somatic training, we have to learn how operating manual we can able to read, how can we find the problems from the operating manuals,
Okay.
like the operating manuals, then service manuals, relevant documents. So we that apply in my, I apply that skills in future jobs, and that will very helpful to me.
Mm.
So basically, if you are the biomedical engineer and you are doing the research or doing the service engineer job, you have to basic to learn about how to read the service manuals of the relevant equipments, how to, you have, there is the three manuals of the any equipments. There is one is the clinical manual that give the uh, details of the how to machine work on the patient. Then after you have the service manual that will useful for engineer how to troubleshoot the equipments. That in service manual have the diagrams and the codings and all the including service manual. And then after third is the user manual that useful to users to how to operate the machine on patient.
Mm.
So basically, three manuals are very important to learn the biomedical engineers to know the full the about the equipments.
Perfect. Perfect. So, just to summarize Mr. Jai's statements here, that I think one very good learning here for our current ongoing biomedical engineers is the manuals that you will get after after the installation of a new device. There are three categories of the manuals. One is the clinical manual, which is basically useful for how clinically the
What?
device has to be managed.
Yes.
Second is the service manual, which is basically useful for the service engineer or only in case of troubleshooting happens of that device. So that is not for end user, that is only for service users, those who will be actually technically operating the device. And the third one is the user manual. Then it will give a navigation workflow of how the machine is to be operated as an operational work one. So I think that is very well explained, Jay. So there are, just considering your career, these are two jobs that you have worked in last
Then
like
after
four.
I doing the third job. Currently, I am in the Transitia Biomedical as a field service engineer
Oh,
in Kutch territory. Um, Transitia is the India's leading IVD company. There is the Indian based the IVD manufacturing company and India's number one IVD company.
oh,
So uh, during my college, I never learned about the how the IVD device work and how the operation happened. But after the transition training, I have very widely uh, learn about the how the there is the many fields in the biomedical that will have the many roles available to the job. So I after the joining Transasia, I have uh, checked that is the I faced there is the many job roles available in the market, that is the very wide opportunity in biomedical field for the doing the job. There is not only service engineer. You can product specialist. You can do the R&D in biomedical field. Then you can do the uh, clinical specialist, application specialist. There is the many roles available. So sales and service is the uh, mostly aware about the sales and service relevant job, but you can, if you can go through the deep on the field, then there is the many opportunity available in field.
Right, right. Agree. So it's very good to hear that you already have three jobs as a milestone which you have like achieved in last 4 years after your graduation. One is in sales and service, one is in core services, and one is also in the as a hospital biomedical engineer. So I
So
think,
I have the completely all the field experience
yes,
in
yes. It's
the
very,
biomedical
yeah,
equipment.
it's very good to hear, Jay. So going forward, is there any how is your working environment in your current organization in Transasia? How is the or how your day look like? How what is your a day? How it looks like?
Yes, in Transitia Biomedical, there is the top leading the IVD company in Indian market. So uh, in the as a field service engineer, I have to deal with the doctors, then lab technicians, MD pathologist. So in the routine, I have to upgrade myself day to day basis. So as a service engineer, uh, I have to visit the place where need to done the PMs, means preventive maintenance service. Then after installation, if any installation happened, then I have to attend the installation. Then before the installation, I have to visit the site, then checking the environment and site condition also. Then after the installation, the customer satisfaction relevant things I have to manage also. And if any spare during the breakdown, if any spare relevant problem happened, if any problem happened in machine, then I have to manage the uh, spare and all the things. So uh, there is the uh, routing. As a routing, I have to day to day perform the PMs and as a service routing calls. But in the field, you have to face the many questions of the customers, either from the doctors, either from the technician. So you have to day to day, after the complete the job, you have to search about your queries so you can upgrade yourself. That will very important to the self learning also, and your upgrade yourself also, and your profile also.
Amazing, amazing. Very well explained this part. Jay. So to the students that self learning is the key, and I also believe in that like it will take you far. So not everything we will learn during our graduation only. So if you have this attitude of self learning, then you will be
You can
going
learn
far.
anything.
Yes, yes. Okay, okay. That is very well explained, Vijay. So going forward to the webinar, we would like to know that is there any emergency situations you have to face, and basically how often do you face emergency situation in your sector?
Yes, many times in the uh, like I'm my job in Adani Hospital. So many times I have to face the many emergency situation, like the sometimes the uh, ventilator have the problems. Sometimes the oxygen plant have the problems. So, so at that time, you have to uh, no time to decision. Take the um, uh,
Go ahead, Jay.
yes. Many times you have to not have the proper time to take the decision, so you have to keep your brain to at the uh, learning stage. So you have to put your all the efforts on the your past skills. So you have to remember your experience. You have to apply that things, and you can uh, try out to overcome the situation. Or you can also need to take the help from the your colleagues, or you can also take the help from the relevant experienced person. So basically, if you are the fresher and you have the any problems, then try to contact your senior level or the relevant uh, your seniors to how to overcome that situation. That can very helpful to you to how to handle the situation.
Right.
That is the very important. If your manager have able to help, then it's okay. But if you are there in hospital and you have the not any uh, manager level person that can able to help in your field relevant problem, then you can do the try to contact your senior persons and the colleagues. So that collagen, that's very important to overcome the situations. Then after in the Transitia Biomedical, I have the faced the many times the uh, pathology relevant the clinical problems. So in my company have the application specialist also, then uh, product specialist also. So I can communicate with them, and I try to overcome the situation. So basically, if you have the any problem, then try to identify the person that can help you the most, and try to contact them first. That can very important, because in our field you have the not much time to uh, think the things. Means if you have the if any patient have the apply the ventilator, if you have if any problem in ventilator, so how to overcome the problem? You don't know the how the means how the which errors is come.
Mm.
So you have to try to uh, overcome to situation from the your senior level or the relevant service engineer.
Agree.
That is very
Yeah. So we also agree that as a hospital biomedical engineer, it is very critical to have emergency situation, and it is difficult to manage at certain times. Which and as a hospital biomedical engineer, because it is patient's life is also involved there. So our responsibility gets bigger. That we need
very
to yeah, we need to take action in no time. We do not have time to respond. So I think it's very impressive and very appreciable, Jay, to hear this from you. And also as a service engineer, when the doctors will expect you to give answer, but like you might not know all the answers of that particular how this error is coming. So it is very challenging to face those questions, and self learning, and going through the manuals, and like expanding our own knowledge of the operation of that device. That is the only way in which we can progress.
if you have the five ventilator in our field, if you have the five ventilator, then the all the five ventilator have the different technologies. So the self learning and the reading the manuals is very important to identify the problems.
Right. Agree. Agree. Uh, Thank you for sharing this details, Jay. To take this webinar forward, we would like to know about the challenges that you have faced in your career as sales and service engineer, as a hospital biomedical engineer, and as a core service engineer. What are the challenges that you have faced there?
Yes, as a sales and service engineer, if you have the role as a sales and service engineer, then you have to prepare for the traveling. You have the lot of the travelings you have to done. So the as a field service engineer or the sales and service engineer, you have to prepare your brain and prepare your body to do the lots of the travelings. There is the many useful things if you learn, uh, if you do the traveling multiple place, then you have to learn also the multiple things from the field also.
Right.
And if you in the hospital field, then you have to prepare your brains to how to handle the emergency situation. In the hospital you have to multiple emergency situations comes relevant the uh, uh, direct means interconnected the machine with the patient, so you have to handle the OTs. Then after the ICU you have to and work in the ICU also. So to the prepare your brain to work with the emergency situation. So you have to already you have to done the your brain as mentally you have to prepare your skill, like you have to already have the that much skill to operate the that situation also.
Right.
There is
Yeah. So, like just to summarize that as a sales and service engineer, you need to travel a lot, and you need your mind and body to be adaptive in that nature. That if your manager asks you to travel to, for example, from Ahmedabad to Rajkot in less than, like if he says that after 30 minutes you need to go to Rajkot, then you
have to
must be
prepare
mentally be accepting that. So this kind
yes
of situations will be there in sales and service when you are doing. And
yes
while in hospital, you will require to face any unknown emergency situation, that even
emergencies
at midnight you might get a call that
also
like
come.
the patient is on ventilator, and the ventilator is having some trouble, and you need to go for
Sometimes
troubleshooting the
ICU ambulance have to done for prepare for the patient also.
yeah.
So you
Yes, yes. So,
anytime you need to available in the
right.
your yeah.
Right. Okay. And thank you for sharing these details. And to take your personal opinion about the current and future job market of sales and service and hospital biomedical engineering.
Actually, in the biomedical field, there is a lot of the option available. Actually, I have done the different jobs because of the I can acquire the knowledge of the different equipments and different segments. So in the biomedical field, if any field you have to grow the in the um, manager level and the above level, so you have to prepare your brain and the uh, you have to knowledge about the how the problem, which kind of the problem you have to face. So as a ground level you have to do the ground level job is very important to the prepare your knowledge. Then after you can uh, grow your skill. So the basically uh, you have to, as a biomedical engineer, you have to do the job in various place, and you acquire the knowledge of different equipments. Then after you can go through the R&D jobs, then after software relevant jobs, design engineering relevant jobs, and then after MDR means medical document relevant jobs. There is many option available for the biomedical engineer, but as a primary job you have to do the job in the hospital, and the service job is very important, because you have the work with the thousand and equipments. So in the future, if you are join the R&D field, then you have the knowledge that kind of the which kind of the means sensor you have to use, which kind of the technology currently in market, which kind of the problem face in the field. So if you do the job in field, then after you can apply that knowledge in your future jobs. So the basic level you have to do the job in field is very important.
Right, right. I agree, Mr. Jain.
Actually, as a current situation and my experience, uh, I have to recommend it to all the engineers to do the training during your college uh, bachelor degree. If you have the time in vacation period, or the in between the college you have the time, then you can attend the hospitals and the biomedical relevance company and distributor office. So communicate with them and upgrade your knowledge. Also you can upgrade yourself with the field relevant things. So the connect with the biomedical relevant the blogs and groups, that can very helpful to improve your future knowledge also. Then after, as a current scenario for the future jobs in biomedical field, you have to upgrade yourself in the design field also. Then after, artificial intelligence and machine learning is very important things. And then after, MDR is also the growing in the medical equipment fields. So as a my point of view, in the future job role as a clinical specialist or the uh, equipment design and the uh, artificial intelligence field, there is very uh, advanced technology in biomedical field, like as a artificial intelligence. Currently the GE Philips and many the radiology equipment have the inbuilt the software and the technology available, or algorithm available, using the artificial intelligence that can the detect the various problem. So there is the many integrated field. Like if you join the design field, then you have to knowledge about AutoCAD. So you have to upgrade yourself with the AutoCAD plus biomedical. In the artificial intelligence field, you have to knowledge of biomedical field plus AI and ML, artificial intelligence things also, and the coding things knowledge need. Then after, you have to, if you have the enter in the clinical field, then you have to need to knowledge about the uh, equipments and human anatomy and physiology relevant things. Then after, the more deep knowledge in the human anatomy relevant things. So the in the biomedical field, I think the future role is the integrated roles. Future job need the integrated things. You only the biomedical is the not important.
Yeah,
There is the multiple things you need
yeah,
to future jobs. So uh, I have to recommend it all to uh, do the prepare for the different your uh, uh, interested, which skill you have to identify the which skill is the I have to shoot, or I am the best in the which type of the skill, and then after go how to integrate it with the biomedical that skill
Right.
that you have to identify. Do the training in your college session, then you can identify your skills. So which skill I have to go to the future job role, and which skill I have to need to improve myself, and which is my major or my uh, key point skill. You can identify yourself. So need to training is important.
Perfect. Perfect. And with this, we would like to conclude this session. Thank you, Mr. Jay, for sharing your valuable time and giving your valuable insight to our graduates. I'm pretty much sure that they will appreciate your like time and the details that you have shared. It is always good from a pass out student who is currently working and also doing very well in his academics and the professional life as a career after the graduation. It is good to know the words of experience sharing from him. So we are thankful to you, Mr. Jay, and thank you for your time and the support that you have given to our graduate students for this particular day. Thank you, Mr. Jay.
Okay. Thank you all, and best of luck for the future. Thank you.